Oh, oh, I know it's late, but hey, man, didn't y'all have to see the fireworks too?
Hey guys.
China, what it do? What it do, China?
What's going on?
Did you get a chance to look at the fireworks?
I did not. I mean,
Woo.
I'm glad because my son told me that a fight broke out and the police was macing people and beating up people. So I'm glad I didn't get a chance to see that. So did you?
I got you. I got you.
Is there a
Well,
delay?
I saw the fireworks. Yes, I did. So look here, guys. We're going to get it in. Good gracious. I'm going to call this room the freezer because it be freezing in here. Good gracious. I'm like, it literally, like, man, it's like 32 degrees in this camp. Like, what is going on?
Get that light for you.
Whew. I mean, it's a good feeling on hot days, though. Whew. We got some of the crew came on through. Beth, Mikey, Latu, Haruna. What's up, Victory? Country Girl with Grit. What's up, Tressa? Queen Award 1. What's up, Dion? Tehran. Miraculous. What's up, Bella? Lando. What's happening, Lando? Barbara Harris. Happy 4th. Ed Marie. Bella. What's up, Cynthia? Sunflower. Phil Brad in the house. Joey Tracy. What it do, everybody? Come on in. Y'all know they having a Beyonce concert in this city tonight.
Oh, really?
Oh, my goodness, man. On Independence Day, too? Man. It's all I'm saying is we know where all the cowgirl uniforms and outfits at, cowgirl hats and fans. We know exactly where they are tonight. My goodness, we know exactly where they are.
Oh my God.
Yes, yes, yes. Keisha Spady, how you doing? Woo, man, oh man. Yes, yes, yes. So, woo. Excuse me.
Hey, Keisha.
Man. Oh, man, I got a cold. That's what happens when you sleep under the AC and a ceiling fan on high. Good gracious.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did it. It happened. Whoo, man. Ah, boy, oh boy. So what's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling on this July the 4th? China. Ladies and gentlemen, Keisha cannot join us tonight. She is with the little ones, and it is the 4th of July. They wanted to play with the fireworks. Also, let's shout out to my girl Ola. And none other than Connie Barnes. Thank you so much for the sponsorship. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you. Oh. Yeah, Keisha said she got to take the young bucks out to see, fireworks. I went to see the fireworks too, so it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Blatania. Blatanio. There you go. You know what I'm saying. Hey, Tehran, well, I do need to get some hot tea, but I took some zinc. It definitely helped out. Yeah, it helped out. You say no?
Now I said that's crazy.
Well, zinc,
Now that you're like sick in the summer.
it is the craziest feeling to wake up. You know how usually in the wintertime you got a cold and you don't want to go outside because it's cold outside. In the summertime, you have a cold and you go outside and it's burning up outside and you feeling like, yes. You know how you get in your car when it's in the sun and it's 100 degrees outside and you get in the car and it's 110 and it feels good. All that hot air, I'm like, yes, yes. Mm.
I see you decided to do a Q&A tonight. What's
We're
that
gonna do a
about?
freestyle. We're gonna go freestyle. We're gonna
Okay.
talk about what they want to talk about the most. What y'all want to talk about the most tonight? Yeah. What y'all want to talk about the most? What is on your mind the most about narcissism, about narcs? What is on your mind? What plagues your mind the most? That's what I want to know tonight. Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
because it's your night. Yeah, we're going to do what y'all want to do.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We're going to do it y'all way. Let's call it that. That's right, Barbara. That is the worst time to have a cold. Whoo. Come on. Phil Brad said trail. Then he said E-trail. And I know he's trying to say B-trail. There you go.
Oh my God.
Getting over the betrayal. Bella said it for you, champ. Getting over the betrayal. Yeah. Yeah, that part.
That's a tough one.
That part right there. Yeah. that's the job right there. Excuse me. That's the whole job right there. When you figure that part out, everything it's all downhill from there. You know, getting over that betrayal, somebody that got you out there and you all open and you're doing everything you can do. Ooh, boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
Everything that you can do, and you just don't understand it. The biggest part of betrayal, excuse me, biggest thing in betrayal is you don't have an understanding as to why. That's the biggest thing that you deal with when it comes to betrayal. You want to know why. Why did you do? Because you feel like you didn't have to do that. You didn't even have to do that. You could have just said what you had to say. Nah, I wasn't gonna take it good. Wasn't supposed to take it good, but you just could have said what you had to say, and it at least would have been different. But they're gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. So the betrayal part of it, it's like that's fireworks in the background, y'all. The betrayal part, man, it's like you're looking at the person, you see the person, you dealing with it. They won't tell you what it is, right? Because you start asking questions. Hey, like what's going on? What's going on? You feel it, and you like what we doing, man? What's going on? Obviously, it's some feeling, and then the thing about it is you won't even get that conversation because they so busy ducking you, avoiding you, and starting stuff with you. They
Yeah.
just want to start arguments at that point. Like I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to, converse with you. I'm already, I'm already lined up, seasoned in this new situation. I'm seasoned in the new situation. So I don't want to have a rational conversation with you. I'm not going to have a rational, reasonable conversation with you because if I do, that's going to make you start to think that we still have a chance. And they're right now, they have to show you that it's over. They're not going to tell you. You waiting for that verbal, and it's not coming. You asking questions. And guys, excuse me. The reason that I think that part is so difficult to get over is because in everything that I was just saying, I want y'all to look at how much I had to coach myself. How much I had to coach myself into not seeing exactly what's going on and accepting what's going on. I see and I feel. I see it, I hear it, I can taste it, I feel it.
Yeah.
This ain't right. Something ain't right, and I know what it is. I don't want to accept it, but I know what it is. So I'm asking the person, what is it? And they're not going to tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you told them you're going to pay them or whatever. They're not going to tell you the truth. And and that's one of the things that makes the betrayal so bad, is because right there at that moment is when you feel like, wow, all you got to do is say it. And then I can go on with my life. You can go ahead with yours. I can go ahead with mine. And we can possibly be cool after. We can still be cool with each other.
Right.
But they don't do it that way. They're not going to do it that way. They're going to do things in a way where you breathing too hard. It was so much stress around you. Every time I'm around you, you breathing all hard, and and you always bringing up old stuff, and it's always this and it's always that. So you buy into, well, I'm gonna say we buy into the narrative that it's not over, because that's what we don't want to hear. They know we don't want to hear that. They know we don't want to hear it's over. Go ahead your own way. They know that. And the reason we could say that they compassionate, but we know better. We know that they are not.
Yeah.
They're doing that, and they're leading us on. They're keeping us in that direction because they know, guys, listen to this. They won't tell you the truth because they know they coming back one day. How you like that?
But you know what? I'm going to add this part to that too. I believe like it's beyond the betrayal. I think it's the pillow talk for a lot of people, because when they go over to these new people, they tell them everything about you, your insecurities, your secrets. If something happened to you in your childhood, they over there
Man.
telling the other person all
Oh
of
my
your
goodness.
business, and now you're looking like, you could have just broke up with me. You didn't have to do all of that. Or if you just wanted to walk away, you could have did all of that. So it's not just the betrayal, it's the person laying next to you continuously stabbing you in the back and twisting that knife, making it hurt as
Come on.
worse as possible. And that's the part that we cannot get over, because you literally put your life in this person's hands. You
Everything.
trusted them with everything, and they
All your
betrayed
info.
it.
You know what? That's one of the things. That's something that people need to know also. That, excuse me, once they're pillow talking with this new person,
Yes.
that new person know every detail of your business.
Oh yeah.
But I want y'all to understand something, okay? Because I know y'all swear to God Almighty that they not talking about you. That new person don't know nothing about you. And this is just somebody they just met today. Oh boy. But that's not it at all. This really confirms for you that you are all they talking about.
For sure.
You are the hot topic. And I'm going to say this, guys. You are the hot topic in their relationship when the narc sees that you're not going along with the program.
Oh yeah.
Now, if you one of those people that's just gonna be quiet and do what they say, and you still waiting for them to just come back home, nah, they ain't even worrying about you. I ain't gonna hold you on that. They are not thinking about you. They are not worrying about you because you ain't went nowhere. You just sitting over there on the shelf like they want you to. You just gonna sit on. But some of us ain't built for that shelf. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. Some of us are not built for that shelf life, and a narc knows it. The narcissist knows. Nah, this one right here ain't. Nah, they ain't. This one ain't built for that shelf life. They already know that they can't just put some of us on the shelf because they know that with some of us, we done had enough of a mess anyway. See, guys, that's another thing that narcs, man, they have very good sense when it
Oh yeah.
comes to things like that.
Oh
They
yeah.
know. Yeah, they
They
know. What was you
they
gonna say?
know who face they can play in and who they can't. They know people that, like when they conning people out of money, they know who they could get away with stuff with, and they know
There
who's
you
gonna
go.
come after them, and they know our heart. They know that our hearts are good and that we're not gonna do any of that. And then, they do expect us to sit there and wait for them to come back. But like I said, my cutoff game is so dope. I'm not waiting on nobody. Y'all know that I've been telling y'all over the years, I could cut somebody off quick. And people don't believe it when I tell it to them, but they see because I'm not going to sit around and wait on nobody, especially somebody who did me wrong. I mean, we have nothing to talk about. There's no conversation to be had. And that's why when I break up with my exes, there's
Mhm.
nothing they could ever say to me again,
That's it.
ever.
That's it. Because you know what, and I think that people that look at relationships that way understand their value, their self value. You have to have a understanding of your own value to be able to just say, "Up, nah, this ain't it. This ain't it. You ain't it, babe. This ain't gonna work." You have to know your value to be able to say that and mean it. Because a lot of times, man, we will give people a chance, an opportunity, and then we'll keep on going and keep on, and no matter what they take you through. A lot of people don't get it, man. A lot of people chasing after, man. Some people really look at these videos and they just want to listen to somebody and they want to hear somebody tell them how to give somebody 100,000 more chances. They don't want to hear the real truth. They don't want to face truth. They just like, hey, look, keep lying to me,
Yep.
and keep teaching me lies so I can keep lying to myself because I don't want to wake up and deal with this mess. I don't want to wake up and have to deal with it. And
And
that's just who they are.
yeah, I mean, and that goes with self-esteem. And that's why
Hmm.
I say build yourself up like I did. Put yourself on that pedestal. That way nobody can knock you off but you. Because that's exactly what they do. They put you on this temporary pedestal knowing that they're gonna knock you off, and they blindside you when they do it. And that's when they start throwing them backhanded compliments and stuff like that just to tear your self-esteem down. And that's why I always tell you guys, build your own self-esteem like I did, because that way nobody can knock me down, not with no backhanded compliments or any of that.
Man, oh man. Ain't that something? Don't you like them? Don't you just love the backhanded compliments they come with?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, like they just gonna con you right back into something.
Right.
It's crazy, man. It is really crazy, to see people try to show you, oh no, I'm backing you. I got your seat. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm with what you saying, blah, blah, blah. And then try to throw you under the bus the moment they finish saying all of that mess. But whatever.
That said, blindsided is an understatement. I agree. I agree.
Living my best life. Thanks for that super chat. Mwah. Living my best life said they're backwards thinking. When you want them, they don't want you until you ghost them and go no contact. Then they tree box you.
What's tree box?
Oh man, let me tell you what tree boxing is. Living my best life must be from DC. She said tree boxing. Tree boxing is when you cut this fool off and they outside your house across the street, down the street. They trying to see who coming over your house and trying to see what you doing. They literally and not just in front of your house, but they in the way of they trying to be in the way of what you trying to do. Cause now you like, oh no, okay, we done. Go ahead, go no, go your way. I'm gonna go my way. You do you. I'm gonna do me. And thank you. Let's go.
Right.
And they like, nah. They still trying to be in the way of everything you trying to do. That's tree boxing. That's another word of saying they jealous and they trying to stop whatever you got going on, so that but they want you to, they want, how it goes. They want to stop what you got going and keep doing what they doing over there with this other situation.
Yeah, and that's why you should never be friends with them. And you're never supposed to be friends with an ex. If it didn't work out, why are you guys friends? If you have to co-parent, then co-parent. There's no excuse to be friends with an ex, especially when you're in a relationship with someone else.
Right. The only reasons that I give to respect an ex is if they at least have the humanity to be able to give you those conversations on the way out. If they treat you like a human being on the way out. Don't get me wrong, guys. There are reasons people break up. You know what I'm saying? There are reasons to break up. But when you breaking up with somebody and that person, all they going to do, every time you say anything, they start an argument. Everything is a lie. Instead, they just refuse to come out with, I'm a lying, dirty, trifling, cruddy cheater. Then they're not going to tell you I'm that. But they're showing you that they are. And I'm saying, if you not man enough or you not woman enough to just stand up and say, listen, baby, I know this ain't right, but at the end of the day, I'm not happy with you. And I wanna be with somebody. I want to try my hand in some other stuff. I want to be out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? If they are woman enough or man enough to tell you that, you might not like it, but I'm always gonna respect somebody that was big enough to just tell me the truth. Baby, look, you deserve better than this for real. Cause I want to be out here in these streets. I want to run around with all that craziness. It's summertime and I want to be in these streets. I want to be up and under everybody I can be and everything that come with it. And somebody that's what it is. That's what they saying. And I'm saying, if somebody tell you that, no, you're not gonna like it, but you have to respect the fact that they were at least they was man enough or woman enough to tell you straight up, this is what it is. You're a wonderful person. I don't want to lose my place in life with you, but you deserve better than this. Honestly, you deserve somebody that's going to be the same way you are. And I'm gonna stand down and let your life be what it's supposed to be, because all I'm gonna get is bad karma trying to hold you up.
Right.
Yeah, so you gotta respect somebody that at least can tell you the truth. The issue, and that's the thing, we sitting here dealing with, the issue isn't what will you tell me the truth. The issue is, could you tell me the truth so I can go ahead and make that decision for myself? Let me make that decision for myself. At least be straight up with me. And guys, we believe that these people telling us the truth based on other things other than the truth. We believe they telling the truth based on the fact that, okay, we got a place together, or we got children together, or whatever we have together. We got a business together. We might work together. Excuse me. Whatever the situation is. It's like, okay, well, we've tried this and we've tried that and we've done so many different things, but now, you know what? This ain't it. This
Right.
ain't it. I thought it was. I thought you was the one. I thought we were gonna make it work, and it's not. And ain't nothing wrong with that unless somebody trying to use you. They want to dog you. They want to mistreat you. They want to put you in a place where they out here dealing with somebody else and they lying to you about it every day. Eventually, you gonna have a heartbreak. And I'm saying, guys, I see narcs all the time, man. I promise you, they don't never get it together, even when their finances are good. Y'all be thinking, man, nah, they living good, they doing this, they doing it. Listen, they ain't ever doing just doing good. It ain't ever like that in their life. Even when their money comes in the way it's supposed to, it's so many different things attached to it because it's so much bad energy attached to them.
Yeah.
Because they've done so much bad to so many people. Guys, y'all don't understand. When this thing clicks for you, for real, mentally, when it clicks for you, you ain't gonna even believe none of that stuff no more. That a narc is out there doing well, that they happy somewhere. You gonna, because you'll see right through it. You like, nah, I know some narcs. I know a few of them, and they jealous, they envious, they
Oh yeah.
mad if you got anything.
Oh yeah. And only way for you guys to even know this is you're watching their social media. And we tell you,
There you
stay
go.
off their Facebook, stop watching it. They're gonna give you a show, of course. And then all you doing is just abusing yourself more by watching their page, watching their
Come on.
new relationship, and worrying about what's going on over there. If they're happy, so what? They wasn't treating you good, so what do you care if they're over there treating somebody else good? I wouldn't want to be with somebody that went somewhere else to treat somebody else good and treated me like crap.
Come on.
Why would you even want to be bothered with that? And that's why we
There
tell
you
you,
go.
stay off their social media, block them, be done with it, because you're only abusing yourself and you're going to have more questions than answers. So just stay off their Facebook.
There you go. I mean, and some people say that that's difficult to do. I'm gonna tell you, it ain't difficult if you start out that way. The problem is that, man, sometimes you be dying to know. People be dying to see who is it. I want to see who it is. Was it all that? Was it worth that? I haven't heard one person say this yet, that the person they left you for them for was so incredible. This person looked so good, it was unbelievable. I've never heard that before. Not one time. So y'all sitting there thinking it must be how the person looked. No,
No.
nah. Yeah, and again, of course, you gotta make you wonder, well, what was it then? What was it? It's the
It's their
same
turn.
thing. It's
It's
their
just their
turn to get
turn.
it. It's their turn in the torture chamber, man. Your turn.
Exactly.
Look, there's somebody who letting you out of the torture chamber, and you want to know why. Why don't I get to stay in the torture chamber for a little while longer? Man, oh man.
Because sometimes we place ourselves there by being too nosy, wondering what's going on over there instead of fixing our own lives and building ourselves up.
Come on.
And that's how you get over the betrayal. You have to work on you. You have to create self love. You have to love you first in order to love anyone else.
Man, oh man. Blatanya said doorknobs give everybody a turn. Everybody get a turn on the doorknob. Come on. Because that's all they are. Blessed beyond measure. Mwah. Thanks for the super chat. Blessed beyond measure said, how do I overcome the haunting thoughts of him possibly enjoying his life? Wow. I have no proof, but the pain of his wickedness and the betrayal traumatized me. I'm still healing, and it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years. 4 years, man. Let me start by saying, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no Y'all put that in the chat. I want everybody in the chat to put this in the chat for Blessed Beyond Measure. Please just help us out on this one. Say, ain't no way. That's it. Let me put it in there. Ain't no way.
Yeah, I think 4 years is entirely too long to be on your healing journey from something that happened 4 years ago. And I was just telling somebody today, like I've been telling you guys, but I know some of you guys are new and don't know my story, but it only took me a month. And
Good
I
God.
had been in that situation for 12 months. I mean, for 12 years. And it took me a month because everything that I learned, I applied.
There
And
it
some
is.
of you guys
There
are
it
hard
is.
headed. You don't apply what you learn. So you
Mm.
spend 4 years in this chat watching me and watching him tell you the same thing over and over again because you refuse to apply the information that we're giving you. And that's the way to your healing journey. You're sitting here watching two people that healed from a situation because I was in financial ruin because of my ex.
Come on.
And I had to get through that with my
Come on.
kids with nothing. So if I was able to do it,
China, can you please rewind that part right there? Please rewind that one more time.
I
Good
was
God.
in financial ruin because of this man. And I got through that with my kids. I gave myself a time. And that's one thing about me. Once I put my mind to something, is curtains. I'm hitting the ground running. And I gave myself that time. And when that day came, I hit the ground running because it was about my children. It was about their survival. So I had to survive for my children. And that's what you guys got to do. If you have children, survive for your children, survive for yourself. You should not be 4 years still healing from a situation that happened 4 years ago. There's no way.
No way. Absolutely no way. I'm gonna give 4 more years. You saying after the relationship was over, I gave that person 4 more years.
Yep.
That's how you got to start looking at it. Like he wasn't even in your life no more and still was wasting your time.
Yep.
And you're not even able to move forward in life at this point. You're not able to move forward in life because you still trying to figure this out. You still waiting on him to give you some type of closure. That's all it really is. You waiting on him to give you some closure. That's all. What if he enjoying his life though? Okay, what if he is?
So what?
And let him enjoy it. Okay. Because this is what I want you to remember. And I want you to think about this every day you spent with him. If he miraculously, caught the Holy Ghost and changed his life, got saved and baptized and, became a Muslim or a monk or whatever he became, some holy man of some level, if even that, whatever he did, and got his life together. Now he pretending he not what he was. What difference does it make if your experience with him was not that?
Right.
Your experience with him was proof he was not meant for you. Your experience told you this person ain't no good for you. No good for you. Not this one. Your experience showed you that nah, you know what? He may be out here living his life, doing whatever. But guess what? It don't matter. It doesn't matter if he went out there and he's living his life however he's living it and he's happy somewhere and he treat people right. And that's another thing. We had the audacity to think a narc this showed us It ain't like they didn't prove to us before they left. They proved to you beyond a shadow of a doubt that there was no good in that vessel.
None.
They proved it to you. And yet we have this idea that it's still, and that's what she's doing right here. We still blame ourselves. It must have been me. It must have been me because I'm almost willing to bet, did he just somewhere enjoying every day in life and, you know, and living his best life, and he's now treating someone like a queen. You telling me now that he treated you worse than you ever been treated just to go somewhere else and act right. People, listen, y'all. If somebody left you to go treat somebody else good, man, they treated you incredible. Okay, that's how real life works. Don't nobody change. People say that people act different for different people. No, they don't. I'm gonna give y'all a point. I'm gonna give y'all an example of that because we like to say that. You was this way with this person, but when you was with me, all you did was lie. You wasn't affectionate. But look at you over there on this person, you all over them. People, when somebody when they know good because it feels good to them. You ain't just wake up one day. This dude ain't just wake up one day acting like he wasn't no good. He been no good. He been no good his whole life. This ain't something you just break. Oh man, I started, being good. I started acting like I wasn't no good. I woke up one day and what did something happen? I bumped my head. That's what I bumped my head, and I wasn't no good. And then I was doing that when I was in this whole relationship with this woman, but then I bumped my head again, and then I was some good for this next person.
You know the part that they overlook is that they were left for someone else. How is that a good person that's cheating on you and leave you for somebody else and you think they over there doing right? That whole situation is all wrong because they can't trust each other. Once you are out the picture, now that person that they're with thinking that they're going to come back to you because they know how they got that person. It is not peaches and cream over there. It's a lot of chaos. You just can't see it, and they're not going to post it on social media. We all post what we want people to see on social media, and it may not be the truth. My social media life is not my real life. I'm not going to post me sad on social media. No, I'm going to post me smiling, and I could be going through hell. It's times I've come on this show and I've been going through hell and I come with a smile and you guys don't know unless I tell you. Come on. So, I mean, you guys are believing what you see, and everything on social media is not the truth. And so what if he's over there? Let's say God used you for this man to see something in him where he needed to change. That whole situation, God showed you and he showed him. And so even if he did go over there and change for that situation, that was all God's plan. And you shouldn't even be mad about that. You shouldn't be bitter about that. If that person is over there happy, then so be it.
There you go. Look at that. Alicia Shepard said, "Hey, yo, guess what? I got married. I was married." And he is not a narcissist. Thank you for everything. There you go. There you go. Guys, it's amazing when you let something go, man, and open your life up for the possibilities. We be holding on. Y'all be a lot of us wonder why we can't meet a nice person and don't even be looking at the fact that, well, sometimes we still holding on. We still holding on to something that done prove to us it ain't no good for us. And we'll sit there and hold on and yeah, and I get it. The betrayal is traumatizing. It is. But understand that it's traumatizing again because we won't let go.
Yeah.
We just holding on. I'm gonna find a way to make this work. It ain't working. It ain't work. The horse is dead. Y'all ever heard that expression? You beating a dead horse?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's dead. It's dead. You sitting there beating it and beating it. It's not moving. It's not even alive no more. It's not moving. And you sitting there and you see that it's not alive, and you think that it rose up for somebody else. Somebody, yeah, we be thinking that somebody else getting better results out of them. And then we'll think that they getting better results because they staying together. Why they still together? They was with you. What guys, listen, man. One thing that a narcissist is a con artist. Okay. They a total complete con artist. A narcissist know how to keep somebody around them. They know how to keep somebody. That's part of their choosing process. We don't even look at the fact that, wow, they was able to stay around me for how long? Man,
I get
please.
blessed beyond measure. I think you should go back and watch previous videos where I told the story of my sister and how she ended up giving up on life, because this is disheartening to know that, you know, you've been trying to heal for 4 years and you're
Yeah.
still, you know, thinking about this person. I mean, that's not healthy. I suggest therapy because it works. You get to talk
Oh,
to somebody. A lot of people don't like to go to therapy, but I think that you should. I think
okay. Your phone, your sound went out. You muted yourself.
I'm sorry, my tablet accidentally hit. But yeah, I think she should go back and watch previous videos. I can't tell you where it would be, but I suggest you go back and watch and hear my sister's story, because I would hate for you to end up like her. I would
So
really hate for that.
she said, definitely not waiting on no closure from that. Well, that's good. That's good. Cause ain't none. The only closure you gonna get is the closure you give.
The
Okay.
disrespect was
She
the
said,
closure.
exactly. She said, I know he's done it to other women. So you know that's who he is then. So if you know that's who he is, how do you feel? Like what's making you think he turned out right for somebody? I mean, that's like saying y'all saw Ike Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It? What made y'all think Ike done turned into somebody that don't know how to call a woman something besides the B word? Besides it and doing stuff like it, other than slapping them and hitting them and stuff like that. What would make you think you gonna go behind Tina and he gonna act like a perfect gentleman? How? Please put that in the chat. Explain that to me. How a woman gonna go behind Tina Turner and get with Ike and then be mad because Ike won't fight every day? Be mad because Ike won't bust your lip and bust you in the head because you won't sing the way he tell you to sing. And you done seen the whole movie, what he did to Tina. And Tina said that movie was light. Ike was way worse than that. And I believe it. I believe it. They had Ike, they done have recordings with Ike going off and acting crazy with Tina. So, and I mean actual recordings. So, I'm just not, I don't even understand that myself. And I'm saying that's where you got to get mentally, where you're like, I don't even understand how I could think that somebody who I know for a fact, has done this to not just me, but done this to several other people. And guys, once you know that their track record is one thing, I'm sorry, guys. You know their track record. You know the track record. You know how they do. You know how they get down. You know what they do. So How do you justify? How do you tell yourself that they're not doing it, what they're doing? How do you tell yourself they're not doing what they're doing? I'm not getting it.
Because we spent too much time convincing ourselves that it was us. And these people don't believe in accountability. They blame you for everything that they do to you, no matter what it is. If they cheat on you, it's your fault. If they beat you, it's your fault. Everything's your fault. They are perfect. They don't like accountability. And that's why she feel the way that she feel. But I want to address one of these comments. Somebody said, what about the stalking? Again, go back and watch videos, because my stalker may even be in the chat tonight. So, I mean, I've been saying this for almost 3 years now. My stalker has been in this chat stalking me and commenting and sitting back and watching for almost 3 years. And then I have other stalking stories that I have told, but I mean, it's dangerous. These people, especially if it's a female, women are very jealous of other women. And if that person, when they take your husband or your boyfriend, that's because they wanted your life. And then, like I said, they feel like, and I mean literally,
Mm.
they feel like
People don't believe that though.
they do. I've been through it, and it's dangerous. Just know that. Go back and watch previous videos. It is dangerous.
Man, people do not get it as far as like wow, I ain't that important. Why would somebody want to be me? Because you don't even see your own value. You don't see your own value, and you underestimate your value. And yes, there are people out there that would do anything to have your life.
Oh yeah. Because the thing is, we build these people up and make them look good and presentable to somebody else.
Come on.
And we're the man behind the makeup. And then when they get that person and that person can't produce the life for them that
Come
they
on.
felt like they were giving us, then they know we were the one. And now they have nothing to offer that person. And that other person always feel like that person, they took them, so that person's going to go back to their ex. Sometimes they will want to take you out so that wouldn't happen. That's
Yep.
how dangerous it gets. I've been in situations, I've told my stories about, men and women stalking me.
Hey man.
That's why I didn't date for a whole year and a half.
And you know what? Let me say this too. Let me say this to some of y'all, man. A lot of us, we get so worried about what other people are saying and what other people think about the situation and our situation, how other people feel, and what people believe happened versus what really happened. We get caught up in that. Excuse me. We get caught up in that. And we want to run out here and tell our story, and we want everybody to know that it wasn't us. And I'm telling y'all, man, I'm telling you, that thought entered my mind, but something, man, it was something else. It was a different spirit that was on me. And I'm just speaking for me. It was a different spirit that was on me, because I wasn't calling somebody, that I know that my ex was dealing with, or who they knew, their friends and this and that. I wasn't. No, we ain't doing that. No, sir. No, sir. When it was over, man, she could tell them whatever she wanted to tell them, because what I'm telling you is everybody's watching. Okay, trust and believe. Everybody's watching, because they heard one thing. But remember, man, these are normal people. Some of them are normal. Don't get me wrong. Some of them crazy. You ain't gonna
Now,
be able
all of
to.
them are psychopaths. Tell the truth. Shame the devil.
No, I ain't talking about the narcs. I'm saying the other people outside of y'all situation looking in. The people outside who looking at the situation. Some people got good sense.
Yeah.
And they know that, man, that person lying. I know, nah, China ain't even showing him act like that. So I know he lying about that part. But I'm listening. He telling me the story. I'm listening. But the whole time he telling the story, you could see little lies coming out while he telling the story.
Right.
And then see whatever lies he told when y'all broke up, how much of that is true today?
Right.
That's my point right there, y'all. Everybody watching and they waiting to see what's gonna happen. Because what ends up happening is when they look back at the situation, it's gonna look like, wow, China was over there with this fool and not even knowing how she was holding her own destiny up.
Yeah.
Not even knowing, willing to put up with all types of triflingness
Yep.
just to stay in it, but to end up saying, wow, okay, well, look at me now. Excuse me.
Right.
Look at me now. Letters of the Flock. Thanks for that super chat, Letters of the Flock. Letters of the Flock said, hurry on. They not sleep. They up consulting with the demons to take you out. That's why they never sleep. That's why they never sleep. Y'all wonder why they so evil and so mad. If you didn't get no sleep, never, you be evil and mad too. Straight up. When we don't get sleep, the longer you got to go without sleep, man, you be mad. You be evil. You be evil. You sitting there like, man, what is going on, man? I'm tired. Mm-mm.
And see, and that's what I told you guys. Like the night that I left, I slept like a baby. I slept. It was like I finally got peace. My body was able to rest. And then I moved out while he was at work. So I hit my U-Haul around the corner and moved out while he was at work. I mean, sometimes you have, I'm good at disappearing. It took that man
Wow.
almost 2 years to find me. I don't know how he found me. And the woman that he's with, she helped him find me. And that's who be in this chat. She has been in this chat with him. And they have been trying to smear my name in this chat. But I'm glad you guys have watched me over the years and know me for who I am and then go for it. That's why I tell you guys go back because there's some things that happened on this show. I mean, if you want to see something
Nightly.
happen in real time, go
Nightly.
back. Huh?
Nightly.
I'm telling you. I
Yes,
mean,
indeed. It's all good though. Because at the end of the day, what they talking about now?
nothing.
What they looking at? Look what they looking at. See, when you get away from that wicked spirit, look at how your life turns out. When you start moving in a different direction and in a different energy, when you start utilizing a different mindset,
Yeah.
yeah, life changes, don't it?
Yeah.
Who
I
knew?
mean, I was where you guys were. I wanted revenge and,
Yes, she
I wanted
did.
to.
Me and China have had debates on that revenge that many a
Yeah,
night.
y'all used to go at it. I'm like, there is no forgiveness.
Oh my
No.
goodness. Lord have mercy. And look at you now.
Yes.
Look at you now.
Yes, and through courts, I'm hearing bad things that he's not doing so well, and I don't wish that on him. Like I said,
Did I say
if
that?
this was me in the beginning, I would
Did I
be
say
doing
that?
cartwheels.
Oh man, you was ready to celebrate. But like I said, you would only be celebrating your own downfall.
Yeah,
That's
for
what
sure.
narcs do. That's why they want you mad. They want you upset. They want you angry. They want you hating on them. No, I want you to keep your same status. I want you to do better because I know my life is going to improve constantly. And I want you there. I want
Yeah,
you there. So you can't say you took that fall when you was around me.
for sure.
Nah, I want you there. Yeah. And that's how you got to see it, man.
Yeah.
Rockwell. Mwah. Thanks for the super chat, Rockwell. Rockwell said, I was given Harry O's book 3 years ago, but the 18th year marriage just ended 9 months ago. Wow. I am healing because of God in these sessions. Woo! I work with
Woo.
Keisha now, And I got
I
next.
know that's
Oh,
right.
I am healed. So thankful. Good God.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen, all I'm saying is, that's an incredible feeling
it
to
is.
know, to just know people that were inspired by these sessions that we are having every week, to know that people are walking away from the table. Yeah, I get it. I've been there. We've all been there. We've been there and know what it feels like to have your heart ripped out your chest, open
Oh,
heart surgery with no anesthesia. Yeah, we
yeah.
know what it feels like, but we also know what it feels like on the other side of that.
Oh, yeah.
Whew, my goodness.
Definitely. Because I remember when I used to sit in this chat and people were like, oh, I'm 2 years out. I'm here. I'll be like, I can't wait till I'm 2 years out. I mean, I used to, I mean, I feel your pain. I was in the nosebleed section at one point.
Yes,
So I,
indeed.
I understand what you guys are going through. And that's why I do this.
There you go, man. And that's why I'm here. Because, man, because this is what I needed.
Yeah.
Some people be like, well, how do you do that? How do you do it? I'm be like, man, it's easy. It's easy because every day I think, wow, man, if I just could have heard a word from somebody somewhere telling me, and don't get me wrong, I heard a word, but I just didn't trust it.
Yeah.
I didn't trust it because they wasn't giving it to me the way I try to give it to y'all.
Hmm.
I try to destroy any hope you have in that person getting better because that's all I had. And guys, hope is a very, very powerful thing. It is very powerful. Hope can a narcissist can keep you in the game for at least another 5 to 10 years after it's over, based
Yeah.
simply on your hope that things will change.
See, but that's the thing we tell you guys too. We all have accountability in this because at some point we saw it for what it was and we
Yep.
stayed in them situations longer than we should have. So at that point, we were in control of our own destiny and we were in control of our own success and our own failures. So we have to take that accountability. We can't just blame them for everything. We have to take our part and own it.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm gonna say this. You know, when you put yourself back on the market, I think that you should kind of look at it like I think you should kind of look at yourself like a used car and think about how, if you wanted to purchase a used car, what are things that you would want in that used car? Do you want something that somebody just dogged it and trashed it? They done had accidents and they done the rims all scratched up and they dirty and it's dirty inside the car. Smell like cigarettes in there and it's nasty. Nobody never cleaned it. Nobody cared about the car. You already know that's a car that's gonna go dirt cheap. It doesn't matter what kind of car it is. It's gonna go dirt cheap because nobody's seeking out a dirty, nasty, scratched up, banged up used car. When you going to get a used car, you want something that looks as new as possible. And you want records that, man, they kept the oil changed. Man, they look at the paint job. They kept it impeccable. It's clean inside out. Still smell like new leather in there. That's the kind of used car you want to be. You want you to have a price that still commands something very high because you cared about yourself. And I'm saying all of that to say that's how we look when we come out of a relationship with a narcissist. You know, you have to think going into your next relationship, are you presenting someone that just rolled, looked like they just ran through traffic and hit every car in it? Because that's how narcs look. That's how a narc looks. That's how narcs are the person that They, the used car dealer, they'll go and put that blue devil in the engine so the valves don't tap and the blue smoke don't come out the back. Then they take it to the detail guy, tell him to shine it up and clean it up and put it in the smoke machine so you don't smell how nasty the interior was, and it looked halfway decent in there. And they trying to sell you this car for top dollar, and it was trashed. They want you, and that's what narcs do. They know it's just a matter of time before that blue devil, when they put in the engine, it's gonna, you're gonna drive maybe a couple thousand miles, and then then that's it. By the time you got to take that thing to the shop, the relationship is over. You need an engine, transmission, new tires, rims, you name it. You need everything. I'm saying we want to be the type of people that we go in there and we're pristine. We're pristine. We're the trade-in that everybody's looking for. The one that was very well kept. The one that's super clean. No service lights on and no red lights that won't turn on. That's how you want to be when you go into your next relationship.
Yep. And that's why in the beginning, I didn't date for a whole year and a half, because I wanted to be the best version of me for the next person. Because that's unfair to carry everything that you've been through into another relationship. And then it's still even impossible because I'm hyper vigilant, and I'm not trusting, nobody like that. You have to earn that, because people will play in your face if you trust too soon. And so I do still have those trust issues, and I have to work on them, but I'm not letting my guard down, because I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot since childhood. So I pretty much was groomed to be with abusers. And that's what I've been with my entire life. My mom was an abuser. My first husband, this fake marriage that I just went through, that's a lot. You knew, people do not know that I was in a 12-year fake marriage, that I had to go through the courts when I filed for a divorce, and found out just in October of last year that my marriage was not real. So this the type of situations that people will put you in. And sometimes people fight for marriages, and he knew that I was going to fight for my marriage, because that's what I do. My first one was 15 years. I was with him for 17, and then this one was 12 years, and I fought until I couldn't fight anymore. And they put you in them situations because they know you're going to fight for that marriage or that relationship. And that's what I did until I couldn't anymore.
Fight the good fight, man. Oh man. Yeah, that's why they there. That's why we got picked, because they knew, yeah, you're gonna fight for this. And you think about it, the new one that he picked, excuse me, the new one, man, ain't no way he was gonna let that opportunity go. Look at her. She ready to come on the job and see you. She in the chat creating different profiles and everything, doing the most.
Put my court case in the chat. Everything was going on with my court case. She was putting in the chat. He was putting in the chat. And they were twisting it to make it look like. That's why on one of them videos, I just went ahead and gave you guys the case number. Like, go see it for yourself.
There you go. And that's where it takes you, because they put you in that place where it's like they trying to make you look like it ain't like this. It ain't. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to get over this cold. And I walked in this cold room. Goodness, I mean, it is freezing in this joint.
See, and that's the thing too, Harry-O. I don't defend when people smear my name. So they knew to come in here and say that, where I was going to have to defend myself to the followers. And I still didn't. I just gave the court case and said, go make your own decision.
There you go. That's all I'm saying. People that got they got that blind eye turned at you. That's who they are. That's what it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. That's all it's going to be. You can keep on trying to get convince them, and they still gonna say, "But nah, I still think that you had something to do with this, and you was that. I still think,
Yeah.
but I'm handing you proof. So what? I still think that you, and because that's how they feel, man. And let them feel they had a right to feel how they feel. Once we start getting to that point, seriously, people, when you start looking at other people like, hey, man, you entitled to feel whatever you feel. And like we was talking about earlier, that's how I think. People are entitled to feel the way they feel.
Exactly.
It's not my place. It's not my place to try to convince someone that, that I'm right about this and they're wrong and this, that. Man, I don't live by what somebody else think.
Right.
I'm not about to put myself through none of that, man. Absolutely none of, and I'm saying y'all should be thinking the same way. No, I don't want my name out here looking crazy. But if you think you're gonna make my name look crazy, Ben, you gotta come with some hard facts.
Yeah.
Not just know, so what she said that, what did she say? What she say? Because that nog was a master cook. Gosh, boy, that was a mastermind right there, boy. That was a master. I watched her work. I watched her work the whole YouTube scene, man. I was like, wow. Got people believing all kind of stuff. Wow. They still shooting fireworks over this camp.
Yeah.
Living my best life. Living my best life. Thanks for super chat. Living my best life. Like I said, Harry, we can all save ourselves a lot of pain by just believing that these people will not, do not, cannot, won't change people. Not for the better, they won't. Excuse me. Not for the better, man. You're gonna people like that, man. It's guaranteed, man. They got a money back warrant guarantee that comes with narcissism. It's a money back guarantee that if they ever change, if they ever get better, if they ever start acting right for somebody, you get all your money back. And you tell them Harry said so.
I mean, we're talking about people who've been in survival mode since possibly 5 years old.
Come on.
And then they set in their ways. They taught themselves to survive by manipulating and by lying and deceiving people. So these people have over 10,000 hours of deception.
Come on.
And the average person don't even have that in their lifetime. And so these people know how to lie, know how to manipulate, know how to gaslight. They know how to deceive you. And this is all they know. And just imagine the ex, he's the same age as me. Well, he will be 49. And think about how old he is. And he's been doing this since he was a child to get his mother's attention. And then working his way through life to get what he wants. This is somebody who's not going to change because it's been working for them. So they're comfortable with who they are. They just want you to accept it and sit back and shut up and say nothing.
There you go. That's it. I like what Joy Tracy just said. She's like, I like to add, okay? I just like to add that there was nothing we could have ever done to make it love us. People, how you gonna make something love you that don't have no love for itself?
Exactly.
How does one do that? Can somebody put that in the chat for me? How can you make somebody love you that doesn't love themselves? Somebody help me out.
And how can you make somebody love you when you don't love yourself?
Come on, man. You stepping on toes in here now.
I mean, it's the truth. They know I'm going to always give it to them. I'm going to step on toes every chance I get. Because, I mean, it's the truth. I've been there. I take accountability for all that I've done and all that I allowed.
God,
I haven't been
y'all hear
innocent.
that?
I haven't been perfect.
Y'all
Like
heard it
I
first
said,
here. First, y'all heard it first right here. The men's biggest issue is women don't take accountability. Y'all heard it first right here. That woman just said, "I'm taking accountability. I said it."
I
Yes,
keep
indeed.
telling y'all, I certain things I can't say because the statute of limitations haven't ran out.
Whoo, man, oh man, ain't that something? Ain't that something? You still going through that? Still going through the legal stuff?
Yeah.
Still, man. People and I used to talk about that all the time. Like, man, listen, you're gonna still be finding yourself in court years after, years later. You still
Yeah.
going back and forth. You
Yeah.
man, it ain't. You're not gonna. One thing you're not gonna have in this life is a worse story than you did with the narc. You are never gonna have a worse story than the one you have that in your dealings with the narc. Life just doesn't get worse than that, man.
Yeah.
It
Because
doesn't.
I was dragged in and out of court for 3 years. And it finally came to a head. I had a court hearing, I believe, on the 11th of June, and he didn't show up. And so they put a child support order on him through default. But like I said, I heard things, that he's going through financially. So that's why I don't, I'm glad I never tried to get revenge and that I let karma get him, because God can issue that karma better than anybody can,
Come on. Come on.
because he know where to hit them. And this is probably not even the karma for what he did to me. This is probably for what he did to somebody else. These people run through life destroying people, destroying lives. They leave wreckage behind. And like I said, they destroy your situation. Now it's just the next person's turn. Of
Yeah.
course, it's going to look like it's good over there. Don't all relationships look good in the beginning? That's even with normal people. Nobody,
Hey, China.
everybody has a mask on. Everybody.
Man, you know what, China? I ain't gonna lie. I didn't believe even in the beginning, or when I learned about the relationship that my ex was in, I never believed for one day, not one day, that I believed that that was something good over there. Not one day that I knew, I'm telling you that I trusted her.
Hmm.
When she showed me who she was, I believed it. I said, man, to this day, that is the devil in person. You can say what you want. Whoever, and I'm saying whoever runs into that atrocity, man, they gonna pay. They are going to pay. And I'm talking about they gonna pay through their soul will not be at peace. It ain't a person, it ain't a dude coming through that life that's ever gonna have peace with her.
Rick, Raquel said, when are we going to do a meetup? That's what we were talking about last Friday, that we're thinking about trying to
Oh,
do
there
a
you go. We're
tour.
gonna go a city. We're gonna go to somebody's city. Shauna says she wants to come to Iowa.
Yes, come to Iowa.
Now, ain't nothing in Iowa.
I,
Good gracious,
I
man.
know.
Goodness. I mean, Iowa of all places. My. Who want to go to Iowa? Do anybody want to go to Iowa?
Okay. Who wants to go to Ohio? Keisha is in Ohio. There's nothing
Oh, we
there.
definitely ain't going to Ohio. That is
No.
not going down in Ohio. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we're
Maybe let's
thinking.
go to Vegas. The Vegas
Yeah,
is super cheap right now. We should go to Vegas.
yeah. A lot of people have been wanting to meet us in person, so I think it's
We should
time.
do. I say we should do it in Vegas.
You think in
We're gonna look
Vegas?
into that. I think Vegas. Ray said Washington D.C.
I've been to DC. I'm not coming
Kind of
back
did
to
come to
DC.
D.C. though, y'all. I do owe her one. I do owe her one. If we
Yeah,
gotta
I
go to
came.
Iowa, whew, we'll go. If we gotta go to Iowa, we will go. Good, great.
I
Yeah,
came to
Detroit.
DC
There go
for his
Detroit.
book signing.
Look at that.
So,
Houston. I'm feeling Houston. Yes, indeed.
are you?
I'm feeling Houston. Yes, that would be nice. Go
I
down to
mean, we
Houston.
got people all over too, and then you keep telling me to get my passport, which I haven't gotten yet.
Still ain't got the passport yet.
I'm gonna
Couldn't
get my
wait there.
passport. But
We
I
she
want to
had a
announce this
passport
to
by
you
next
guys.
year. She
I'm
have it.
listening to
She
you
have it by
guys,
next year.
and
Hmm?
I'm thinking about writing my book. So,
Whoa!
yes.
Whoa! My. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I have
Say
a
that.
hell of a story to tell. You guys
Go
only
ahead.
have the tip of the iceberg, but I'm
Go
going to give
ahead.
you guys everything in this book.
We find in the city. We gonna find a city. So then you had your. But you know what? I'm gonna have my second one out by then. We gonna find a city and we gonna get this done.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we
I'm
need to
ready.
do that, and we need
I'm
to
ready.
stop playing. You know. Okay, we might have because see if we go to Iowa, then we're gonna have to go to Ohio.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Okay,
let's
yeah.
just meet up in
Yeah, and only
Chicago.
thing in Iowa is the Bluebird Diner. That's the only thing y'all got in there. And I think it's a couple of Texas Roadhouses in there to eat. And look at me, I'm being greedy. Like that's the
Uh-oh.
only thing we going to Iowa for. I
Everybody's
say go
saying,
to
yeah,
Vegas.
they're telling me to write the book. So I'm going to
I
write it.
say
I'm going to write it, guys.
there you go. I
I'm going
say
to get it.
Vegas.
Said
Yeah,
it's
I say
already
Vegas.
sold out.
There it is, sold out. There you go.
I love you guys.
Woo,
I
blessed
do.
beyond measure. Mwah. Thanks for super chat. Blessed beyond measure. Said China's right because he once said to me at my funeral when everyone else is calling me a monster, you can defend me. Wow. Wow. He said at his funeral when everybody he know say I should have left then. See that part right there? That part right there, that already telling you. It's already telling you that excuse me. It's already telling you that you knew it's not like it was being hidden. You knew what it was. You were fully aware, you knew what it was, and you just said, man, nah, man, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out a way to stay in this for a little while longer. Cause I don't want to get over it. I don't want to have to do that work because that's a lot of work. Getting over that. It is. It's a lot of work.
See,
Yeah.
and by him saying that, that just really just made me think. Him saying to defend him, and that's what they grooming us for the day when they do die. I can't say that word on here, but leave here. We're their legacy. We're going to defend their legacy. And that's what he wanted her to do. Even though she knew he was a monster, he wanted her to say good things about him. And he know he haven't even been good to her. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm telling you guys, everybody know who these people are. You think you can go call a mom, your son, your daughter is doing this. They raise these people. So they know exactly what you're dealing with when you're going into it. Of course, they're going to play their role. Everybody has a role in this play.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to be nice in the beginning, and they know when this person is going to leave you because they go to their family and their friends for advice, and they know when this person is going to leave you, and they get in that role, in that position, to where now they're going to start distancing themselves from you and treating you like crap because they're getting ready to discard you as well.
Come on. Oh boy, discard you, dog you,
Yep.
mistreat you, talk about you. Man, when you get to the end, that is the ugliest thing you gonna deal with when it comes to this creature. They gonna drag you. They're going to drag you with everything they have, with everything in them. They are going to drag you. They're trying to pull out every emotion in you because right there, they're fighting for that control over you.
Yeah.
They're looking to see what they still are able to manipulate. Do I still have control of you? That's what they want to know. Do I still have control over you? Because if as long as I have control over you, I ain't never gonna treat you good. I ain't never gonna come to you acting reasonable or sensible. They know what they're doing to you. A lot of us just don't believe that somebody could possibly know what they're doing to us and still be that cold-blooded, still be that cruel.
Yeah.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. Because they go in defense mode. Everything you says is an attack. Whether you expressing your feelings, expressing your concerns, they feel like it's an attack because you're attacking their character. You're attacking the way that they're treating you. And so that's why they get angry, or that's why they disappear. They ghost you because they don't want to hear that. You're telling them that they're not perfect when they think they're perfect, and they don't want to hear that.
Yep.
They want you to see them in a different light, while
Come on,
they see you as trash, while they see you as starting stuff, troublemaker. They're the
man.
perfect ones, and then they always accuse you of saying thinking you're perfect when it's really them. I'm not perfect by no means. I say this all the time. I have my flaws.
Like the rest of the world,
Yeah.
like everybody else in the world, you mean? So, man, I think that we get so caught up in not wanting to be seen as, we don't want anybody that even knew of the situation to believe that we had anything to do with any of the wretched, crazy behavior, you know,
Yep.
because at the end of the day, man, I just had a thought when we talking about this. Let's have our first meetup on a Carnival cruise.
That's not happening. You know I
Y'all
don't
want
like
to see
water.
some narcs? Y'all want to see some narcs, do you? Good gracious. Whoo, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Man, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, for me, it it is an incredible feeling. I know what it feels like to be trying to figure out how to make that pain go away. I know what it feels like, man.
Yeah.
I promise you, when you get to that place where you don't feel that no more, you ain't never gonna trade that in no more. You ain't
No.
gonna trade your life in to do a bit for anyone
Hmm.
that's gonna take you through that kind of hell again. You're not, man. And guys, that's the main reason why we're here, to keep walking you through, to keep
Yeah.
walking you out of it. Just walk, because I know how it is. Day to week, you feel like walking back in. And you're like, man, I heard what you said, but I'm saying, man, what if I'm wrong? What if I was wrong about what I saw or what I thought? What if I was just making it up in my mind? What if they acting right? What if they really sorry? Boy, people, man, listen, you got to use this one rule that we all and you got to look at this and respect, just the people that it affects. Good people are good people, and it's consistent. No matter who you go to, if you go to your job tomorrow and somebody asks you, tell me a good person that works here, a good employee, a good something. Excuse me. You can say vouch for that person, and I guarantee you at least 10 other people will vouch for that same person.
Yep.
Guarantee you, because good people are good people.
That's true.
And the exact same rule applies to the opposite. You walk in that job and say, man, point out the worst, no good, the biggest crut ball in here. And it's gonna be unanimous. Everybody that worked there going up, man. That joker, man, Joe, you can't say that credit joker over there. It's going to be unanimous because, man, one thing that you're not going to change in anybody is who they are. You're
That's
not
true.
changing patterns that been in place that person's whole life.
Yeah. I
It,
mean, in order for true change to happen, that person has to change, want to change for themselves. No one, not even us, we can't change because somebody asked us to. That's temporary and it's fake. You have to change because that's what you want. And that's why I keep telling you guys that other situation, that person has not changed. They just literally cheated on you and left you for somebody else in some way, somehow. This is a changed man or a changed woman.
come
It
on,
doesn't happen like that. They just going through a cycle. And
come
once
on,
that cycle run its course, they're going to either come back to you or go back to something new or go back to somebody that's been waiting for them. Everybody, they always have their favorite dummy. And unfortunately, we have been their favorite dummy. I can raise my hand and say, I've been a favorite dummy.
mm. Come on, come on. I'm ashamed to say it.
Don't be ashamed to
I'm
say
ashamed to say it, man. I'm
it.
ashamed to say, wow. That I'm telling you, sometimes I be feeling like, man, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. Nah, that wasn't me going through that. Ain't no way I was there. How many years? It's no way that was me, man. Ain't no man. Because yes, it is, man. I look back at it and I say, wow, dude, please say that wasn't you. Please say that wasn't you that just put your neck on the chopping block like it was nothing. Had no regard for yourself, no cares for who you are. Looked in the mirror and just ignored the reflection you saw.
Yeah.
Just
And
ignore it.
we saw ourselves not being ourselves. We saw it.
That was the most painful part of my experience. The fact that I, ooh, good God, the fact that I played a major role in my own demise.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I betrayed me worse than anyone. I saw the truth. I saw what it was. I saw the deal that was on the table. I saw the deal that was on the table and I still played it. I still stayed in the game and played it. I saw they was shuffling off the bottom of the deck. I saw they was cheating. They was planting the cards here, there, and everywhere else. I saw all the tricks of the trade, and I still sat there and I'm gonna play the game. Oh, you ain't gonna outsmart me because I already see you cheating. Man, oh man, guys, the only way you can win is to not play the game.
Yeah.
You
Teron,
can't play that.
it is difficult to accept, but you know what? I'm going to tell you, like my doctor told me, but I was dealing with a different type of pain when my sister was unalived in Chicago. I didn't know how I was going to make it in life, knowing that this girl has never done wrong to anyone and that she did not deserve what happened to her. And my doctor told me, he said, I can give you any pill that you want. He said, but Nitra, you're going to have to sit in that pain.
Come on.
And that's the
Mm,
only way to heal is to sit in that pain because you can bury it for so long before it comes back to the surface. And I'd rather just sit in it and deal with it at that point and just be done with it. No matter how long it takes for you to deal with it and to get through it, that's something that you should be doing. And not 4 years later, still in the same pain, still watching somebody else's life while yours is just sitting stagnant because you're worried about what somebody else is doing with their
mm,
life. If they're happy with the new person while you're sitting there miserable by yourself. That does not make sense. You can't sit there for 4 years watching someone else's life. That person moved on, no matter how they did it, how dirty it was. Let them deal with that situation. Let God handle that situation. You
There you go.
cannot sit there and not work on you. You can't love yourself if you're not working on you. Self-love is very, very important to your healing, because you have to first love yourself in order to love someone else.
Whoa, whoa, y'all heard that? You got to love yourself first. You got to love you in order to be able to give of yourself that way. How could they ever have loved you if they never loved themselves? How does one do such? I mean,
And
the questions are simple. I know the answer that sometimes we don't get the answer that we want the way we want it, but that still doesn't redefine the truth. You know, at the end of the day, that person never loved you in the first place. And let me say this to y'all, for everybody to think that you love them, because that's always the biggest part. Well, I ain't gonna say it's the biggest part, but that's one of the first things I like to address when I have a session with somebody. What did you love about that person? So tell me what you loved about the person that was the worst relationship you ever had. That was the person that disrespected you more than you ever been disrespected. The person you had to argue and fight, and they cheated on you. They lied to you. They stole from you. They abused you mentally, physically, financially. You know, they robbed you of relationships. They robbed you of your time. They robbed you of intimacy. They robbed you. They tried to make you think something was wrong with you. Tell me again what you loved about that person so much.
somebody said that my stalker is in the chat. I treat them like a billboard. They'll go away. I'm
Man,
not going
oh
to
man,
entertain that person. She can sit
we love you.
there, say whatever she want to say, because at the end of the day, it's 3 years and you're sitting here stalking me. So I'm not going to entertain that. Just, I tell you guys, stop letting this distract you, because you're going to miss the message if you allow. I don't care what somebody get in this chat and say about me. You guys should know that by now.
Man, I think she ready to cross the fence. You know what I'm saying? She been in the chat this long. If she in the chat this long, it's no way she not ready. Well, I guess you can't cross the fence. One, when you really on the other side of the fence, you can't cross it. You know, it just ain't in you. You know, but she definitely, if she's still there, she definitely trying to figure out how to get over that fool. Yeah. Yeah, if she in this chat, she trying to figure out, how do I get over him? The way you over him, China. That's what she wants you to tell her. I'm telling you what it is. I'm
How I
telling you
got
what
it.
it is.
I
She
saw
want to
what
know.
I saw you. That's all I needed.
People, and you know what? The crazy part is, other people would see that and be like, it'll make them want to still be back with the dude, knowing that he convinced somebody else to come, you know, make themselves look that crazy in front of the world.
Right. And to that person that asked about stalking, you seeing it tonight. You are, I'm telling you, you guys will see it in real time. It never fails.
Wow. Blue Steel Versace said he texted me today. His stupid horoscope, my sign, his sign, that we should love each other. Man, if they can say something to convince you, if they can say something that you will listen to, they can get back in the door.
Oh yeah.
They can get back in that door. That's it, because that's all they want. Baby, let me just talk to you. I know you don't want to talk to me. Mojo Brooks do that on almost every skit that he does. He has mastered that. Hold it, baby. Hold it. Let me just talk. Let me just talk to you. Because he know if he can just talk to you, And it's in each skit ends the same way. He always get her. He always get her back. He always get her back.
Somebody said, "Live my best life." Said, trying to tell her to get from around here. I will throw it to y'all. Y'all can have her. Take care of that problem for me.
Oh, man, listen. She trying to figure it out. She trying to figure it out. She trying to figure out what in the world did you do to get over this? She really want to know how you get over him. How is this not bothering you? Because ain't no way she having a good time with him. You
I
done
mean,
been there, done that. And you know how I know she not having a good time with him? Well, one of the reasons, yeah, it's obvious. She right here watching. But another reason to know that they're not doing well. Guys, just look at everything that they're doing. We know that we see her here, but we also know who she was with. Y'all can keep on trying to act like it ain't what it is.
and
You
that's what
can't.
happens when they move on to someone else, and your name is consistently in their mouth, and they're telling that person about you. That person
Every day.
becomes obsessed with you, and that's exactly what is happening in this situation. She's obsessed with me, and she wants to be me. I mean, because if you guys literally saw this lady, she looked like a truck driver. So I mean, she wants to be me, she wants to look like me, she wants things that I have, and that's why she's in here. She's not saying anything productive at all. She's just in here to antagonize, and it doesn't work.
Come on. That's
I
it.
mean, you guys are giving it more energy than it deserved. Just let her. I mean, when people come in here and troll and you don't pay them any attention, they go away. But if you give them the
Sometimes.
attention, they're going to stay in here and continue to say
There
things.
you go. Sometimes. Okay. But and to have to sit there and listen to this and still be here, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's telling you what they're going through.
Yeah. Raquel said that's that shy talk. Of course it is.
Oh boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We definitely can't do nothing in Chicago, not in the summertime. Good
What?
gracious. It is a war zone in Chicago in
It
the
is.
summertime. Yeah.
You guys got with that bill passed, Donald Trump's big beautiful bill.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that one night because boy, boy, boy. My man Ray, thanks for that super chat. Ray said, I just left a cookout and to see the girl's house. I was at tiptoe. I was at a tiptoe. I'm thinking you saying I had to tiptoe around her narc boyfriend. Was so hard to watch. Whatever the pain, we are free. Say you had to go around the whole situation. Why go around the situation, champ? Oh, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ray. My bad. I ain't know. Yeah. Mwah. There you go. Why you go around there? Why you go around? You
Right.
know?
I mean, sometimes it's not even worth it. Like with my older sister, she paid for what does that say? Oh, she paid for my sister's memorial when she was when we had the funeral for her, and me and my other sister and my cousin didn't go because we know it was going to turn into a shit show. So I mean, when you know what you're dealing with, why go around these people? I had to miss an important event just to be able to have my sanity and my peace in a moment in a time like that. And sometimes you have to make those difficult decisions because
Mhm.
these people will drain you. They are energy vampires. They will drain you. especially when they know they're not going to see you again. She knew once I came to that memorial, I was going to disappear again. That's one sister I stay away from.
Man, you know. Okay, okay. I see you. Ray said I ain't seen her in a year. Yeah. Stay away. I'm telling y'all that distance makes everything better. That's the start of the process. Trust me, own family hasn't seen for that same reason. Wow. Okay. So, so at least you got that first part together. That
Yeah.
distance, that no contact. That's the first part that you got to get in place. Because when you're dealing with somebody as slick, as manipulative as that narc, when you're dealing with somebody that's just going hard like they do, you got to understand that, man, it's going to leave residue on you. It's going to leave residue. You ain't just walking away from the devil and you just, oh man, you just feel great tomorrow. Oh man, it never better. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You've been dealing with somebody that's been studying how they going to get you in and get you how they study how the things that they can do to make you feel better than anybody's ever made you feel. And they do it in ways that you don't even see. And you're like, wow. It's like being on drugs. You're like, wow, I don't see the drug going into my system, but when it get there, my goodness, what is that? That's what being with a narcissist is like. You don't quite know why it feels good when it does feel good for some reason, but most of the time it only feels good because they ain't abusing you right now. You know? So you're
Yeah.
raising a child with shared custody, and the narc parent hasn't seen me in 2 years. Oh, okay. Okay. There it is. There it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. With the child thing, y'all, a court can handle that. That court can handle that.
You
You
know,
know,
the
hmm?
court systems seem to protect the abuser. And
They
I
do.
think the system is
They
so
do.
flawed that it needs a makeover in every single state, because you do have some judges, like in my case, who re-traumatize and re-victimize the victim. And that
Yeah.
I've been through that, because these
Yes.
people, they don't live in your household, and then you're giving them the judgment to make over your life and your situation and your children's lives. And
There you
that's
go.
another reason why I'm saying that, I believe in marriage through God's eyes. Marriage through the legal system is man-made. That's just giving the
Man,
state authority over your life, over your money, over your children, over your assets. You don't get a say in your own life when you marry someone. The
that's right.
courts have all the say, and they go by who they think is telling the truth, by what they think is best, what they think is fair.
I don't even think they care about what the truth is, to be honest. I
No.
don't think a court even cares about what the truth is. At the end of the day, you got to understand that the court gets paid, they get federal funding for that state. Everywhere child support is paid, they get support for that state. They get the state, the federal government matches every dollar that the court collects in child support. So to have a thought that a court, these cruddy dirty courts, good gracious, ain't nothing about them legit, because the thing is they could know the truth but disallow the truth
Oh yeah.
because of the way it's presented. So that right there tells you what it is.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
one with the money wins. And that's just how it
yeah, it
is,
is because you
because
can pay, because you can pay for it.
yeah. And I represented myself the whole 3 years, and I ended up, having to let some things go, like spousal support and stuff like that, which I didn't mind because I just wanted to be done with the whole situation. And that's why sometimes you guys got to learn to walk away from certain things, because it will drag on and on and on. You think I wanted to give this stuff up? No. But I had to make a way for myself. I had to give it up because I didn't want to continue to be attached to this person. And even though he's not paying his child support, I'm going to let the state deal with it. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to re victimize myself by chasing somebody down for a child support payment.
That's right. It is what it is. Let it be what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't no needing, you know, all that going through them headaches. And, you know, I mean, you know, we sometimes, man, we put ourselves through stuff that's unnecessary, out here chasing behind a situation that ain't worth it. You re-traumatize because not only, you know, do you got to go to court and try to convince a judge that this devil over here is the devil that the judge sees, and you trying to describe it. And sometimes you go into court, guys, the narc done did so much dirt to you that the judge don't even believe it. The judge is sitting there like, oh my goodness, man.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no way you dealt with nobody that's that daggone grimy. That's how judges be looking at it. Like, oh my goodness, you just making stuff up now. It's to a judge, when you telling the judge how they mistreated you, the judge listening to you like, oh my goodness. So this the part Superman flew out in the outer space to get Lois Lane back and bring her back safely, right? That's really how they start. That's how they hear it. And a narc knows it, because the narc said, they like, man, ain't no way you stayed with somebody that was that crazy. Ain't no way you stayed there. And we sitting there like, nah, Your Honor. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And
Like,
you
I
know
know
what?
it might sound crazy, Your Honor, but yeah, man, you know.
And also, I'm going to give you the flip side of that too. Sometimes you're describing the devil to the devil. And so
Yes, indeed.
when you expose that person, you're also exposing the demons in that judge, and that judge don't like it. You know the saying, they say your
Mhm.
light disturbs their demons. That's
Come on.
exactly what you're doing. And then that turns the judge against you. And since the judge knew that I did a podcast on narcissism, he knew exactly what it was. Yes, he knew what it was, and he know I knew. And so therefore that mask fell
He
off
like,
and he
uh-oh.
exposed himself for who he was. And now, me being in politics, a person that ran with me for office, she's a retired judge, and she told me nobody likes him. Nobody. So
There you
everybody
go.
see them for who they are.
There you go. Because they have a reputation. They have a reputation for being unfair, for being who they are, and for being consistent with that.
Yep.
Yeah, he not about to change that up. He gonna keep on being who he is for the rest of his life. Just like that's what narcs do. For their entire life, they put on a show. That's it. For their entire life, they put on a show. And it's up to you whether you gonna buy a ticket or not, you gonna participate. That's on you. They not gonna stop being who they are.
Yeah, and that's why I'm waiting for his seat to be up, because I'm gonna make sure whoever's running for his seat get that seat. I'm making sure that if he run again, he shall not sit on any bench. And like I told y'all, his attorney lied in documents and everything. I cost him his license. That man will never practice in any state ever again.
Whoa. Whoa. He'll go hide somewhere and
Yeah.
be silent and be like, China ain't looking at you. Oh my goodness, man. Well, hey man, this has been a good show tonight. We're going to do this Q&A more often. Let's
Yeah.
talk about what they want to talk about. How y'all like that, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to call Keisha on a 3-way. When maybe this weekend when y'all got some time, we'll figure out where we going to do this at. Yes, indeed. I think so. It's about time. It's about time that we
Yeah.
get on the road and do something that's worth being done. How about that? Yeah, do something that's worth being done. Y'all, listen, we just talking about this right here. Wait till we get face to face and we can do this. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be on a whole nother level. Call me true, said Vegas. I'm telling you, Vegas, I'm loving it. I love Vegas too. My goodness, man.
I've never been, so let's do it.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Vegas is fun too, man. Vegas is fun, y'all. I'm with that. I am
Okay.
with that. I want to do that. Yes, indeed. We're gonna get a date then. We just gotta get Keisha. Because Keisha gonna do it because Keisha just came off a cruise. She can't wait to go have a good time somewhere. And that's everybody. Everybody can't wait to go somewhere and have a good time. Because we're gonna have a good time, y'all. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna start it out. Let's start it out in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start it out in Vegas. We're gonna do
That's
a live show, and then after the show, we're gonna go out and party. How about that?
hmm
Picture that. Picture that,
Don't
y'all.
hang with Harry, y'all. He had me up in DC. We out eating breakfast at some place, probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's
3 in
like,
the morning.
dude.
3 in the AM. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Y'all ain't got no pancake house over there. Where y'all at?
No, it's lame
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all don't. Iowa don't have nothing over there, man.
No.
Whoo, good gracious. Yeah, but that's all right. We're gonna do what it do. What you gonna leave them with, China? Good gracious. What we leaving? What you gonna leave them with tonight, China?
You
Give them
know,
something.
a lot of them talking about how to heal from this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys, it was a journey for me. It was a long journey for me, even though it only took me a month to get over what he did and to, move on from that situation. It was a month of hell because I had to put my life back together. I had to pick up the pieces by myself. And that's why I tell you guys, anybody who leave you in a situation where you're fighting for your survival and they don't reach back to check on you or to even help you, that's not somebody that you want to be with, because that person planned on you not surviving that situation. There are times where we've had people come on the show talking about unaliving themselves, and think about it. Somebody did not wake up this morning, and somebody is not going to wake up tomorrow because of these situations. It's up to you guys to heal through this. Not to, I mean, you got to learn not to take these things personally, because these people have disorders and their life is in disorder, and it's going to continue to be that way. We can restore order to our lives through our healing process. Stop focusing on karma. When are they going to
Mm.
get it? Or you being the one to give it to them. Move on. Because the more you stay stuck on somebody paying for what they did to you, you're going to stay stagnated in life. You're not going to heal. You're not going to grow. Change is growth. You have to change from who you are, because that's what attracted that person in the first place. And y'all always ask, why do I always attract them? Because you're not changing, because you're not healed. You have to find what it was in you that they saw and fix that. One thing my dad told me was, never change who you are. And I'm never going to change my heart. I'm never going to change being the loving person that I am, but I'm definitely going to change who I give it to. You got to be very particular about who you give your heart and your love to, because
Mm.
not everybody deserve it. They will take advantage of it. And you'll be in this situation again and again and again. And God is going to continue to place you in these situations until you learn.
Mm. Good God. Go ahead. I like that one. Talking about the pressure cooker. Put you in that situation till you get it together. Well, I just want to say this before we get out of here on this lovely weekend, man. People, life, life, it is everything that you want it to be everything that you are willing to put work into. Your destiny is not this sad story that this person tried to leave you with. It's not. Their destiny is the one they tried to leave you with. I said their destiny is the one that they tried to leave you with. Your destiny is the one you tried to leave them with.
Mhm.
We always talk about what we got to stop doing. Today, we're going to talk about what we got to start doing. What we got to start doing is we got to start looking in that mirror, and we got to hold that person in the mirror accountable, because that is the person who holds all the keys in your life. If you're going to feel better, if you're going to get better, the answer is in that mirror.
Mhm.
That person in the mirror has the power. That person in the mirror is your future. It is your current situation. It is your future situation. And the moment that you mentally connect with what you see in that mirror, that moment you make up your mind
Mhm.
that you gonna live the best life possible. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise I'm giving you my word. I'm giving you my word because I'm using God's word. That mind is the most powerful thing in the universe.
Yes, it is.
Make your mind up about something. I guarantee you it happens. I guarantee it. And it's going to happen every single time. Make up your mind. Make up your mind that you're going to do better. Make up your mind that you just going to respect the person in the mirror. I guarantee you. And I guarantee, not only do I guarantee you immediately your life changes. Immediate, for everybody looking for the immediate, I want to feel better tonight. Okay, address that mirror. Address that mirror. Address the person in the mirror tonight then. You want your feelings back? You want to be normal? You want to feel good again? Well, guess what? To be able to feel good, you have to have action behind that. You have to have actions in your life that show that you did the work to be able to feel good. That's it. What did you do that makes your life clean and feel good? I didn't lie. I didn't steal from nobody. I didn't cheat today. I did the right thing. That's all. That's all you need to do. I didn't betray that reflection in the mirror today. I looked at my reflection today and I said, hey, man, yeah, yeah, yeah. I look in the mirror, I get to look at me and say, wow, yeah, man, I didn't lie to myself today. Y'all hear that? When I look in the mirror, I get to say, man, I didn't lie to me today.
Mhm.
I ain't sit here and tell myself a bunch of jive about this sorry, no good person over here that I'm begging God to get right. I ain't do that to myself today. Nah, I just said, man, man, we gonna keep on loving and living this beautiful life in abundance, abundantly. Make your mind up on what you're gonna do, not what you want to do. Make your mind up on what you're going to do. That's your destiny. And can't nobody stop it. I said, nobody can stop it. A made up mind, you can't stop a made up mind, ladies and gentlemen. Now make your mind up about something you can control now. Don't make your mind up that I'm gonna stick around here in this hell with this devil, because that's what we end up doing.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make this relationship work. Okay. Instead of putting something on yourself that you have control over. Make your mind up about something you have control over, ladies and gentlemen. Not that relationship. Because you only have control over what you doing in it. You don't have no control over what they doing. Stop beating yourself up. Stop beating yourself down. Make your mind up about what you're going to do.
Yep.
And that's it. And do it. And live happily ever after. Just like that. Because it's just that easy. I'm telling y'all looking at proof. Y'all looking at the proof from it. Y'all can't say we lied. Good gracious. You can't say we lied because we got the receipts.
Oh yeah.
We got the receipts, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Beautiful hanging out with y'all tonight as usual, as always. Yeah, we working on our first meetup, y'all. We gonna get together and we gonna have a ball with y'all, man. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
China, call me tomorrow, man. Call me tomorrow.
Okay.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna leave you just like we came in here with nothing but love, peace, and Soul Train. Yes, indeed.
Bye,
Everybody.
guys.
Woo, good gracious. I got a cold. I'm about to go get in the bed, y'all. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night.